All right, guys, good morning. It's the first Saturday I have off now in a while. You see how foggy it is? It rained a good inch last night. Of course, I figured that's how it was going to work. My days off, it would rain, so we got to find other stuff to do today. All right, guys, so today the sun came out. I'm rearranging the shed, getting it ready for summertime, changing it from winter storage mode, more or less, to the summertime, so everything's accessible. I just wanted to stop here a second and demonstrate these mirrors again. They're vibrating a little bit. The tractor's idling here. There we go, it straightens out. But nice visibility now. I can see right around the back of that spreader. And if you were to turn your head and look, that's all you can see. So now I can really see with these mirrors. I'm happy with them. I'm gonna say, now that I got it figured out and have them mounted on there, I'm pretty darn happy with these mirrors. So they do vibrate at an idle, but you're usually not idling when you're working. So all right, I gotta put this thing away and keep moving here. All right, so just a quick intermission here for anybody that might be new. I do this every year. I'm getting all my equipment dug out of the back of the shed. You can see it's a long, narrow shed, so it's hard to get things. It's better if you can back in and just pull them out one at a time as you need them. I always put the hay bind right here in front, and like I say, the sprayer has its own place up there. I try to keep the rake accessible. Then the tedder, usually I'll squeeze that in there. Move this fertilizer spreader over. We will be using this spring, but this is just a nice out of the way spot for it to be. I just talked to the guy that's doing the waterway. That is gonna happen hopefully here. So the washed out fields, I'm just gonna let go because he's gonna be working there. There's no point in going up with the harrow and playing in the dirt when he's going to be going through with the bulldozer. So that can stay right there. The busiest time of hay season, when I need all the wagons, that gets put outside usually. So this is where I usually store the baler in the summer, and 986 usually sits there. So I got a 560 to get in here yet. That usually I park right there because I can move it. I'll just back it in there. Super seal usually get pulled aside of that, and we'll see how much room we have. It's just so, if this building just would have been 10 feet wider, it's only 30 wide, and if it was 40, it would make for a real nice shed, but you could get more. I don't know how to describe it. This is the only way in and out, this door here. I don't know if they would have, then it was for cattle, it wasn't for machinery, so they weren't designing. There used to be a cattle chute right here, and the cows were in here. They had a gate across there. That was a pasture out there. The cattle were in here, this whole area on a bedding pack. There's a waterer right there. A lot of you guys know that already. There's a cattle waterer there. That was just turned off not too long ago, actually. And they were fed up at that end. There's a makeshift bunk up there. And this was for cattle. So it made sense, it worked. You could open these upper parts of the barn here for ventilation, as well as these here. So it's a cattle barn. I'm trying to make into, trying to use it as a machinery shed. If it were up to me, I was kind of half thinking it would be nice to shut that door, or turn that door back into a wall, or just have it as a door you don't use and put your doors on this side. Because I think if you were to hook up the baler on the 986, and let's say that was a door, you could back it in here as like its own bay. Then you could have the hay bind in a bay, and so on. But it is what it is. I'm not complaining about it. I'm fortunate to have a building here. So that's how I have to do it. That's the way I have to arrange things. Eventually, once the top of the barn where all the hay is in, once that old stuff gets out of there, I'm going to put some of these wagons up there to get them out of here. Give a little bit more room. My John Deere rake is stuck in over there. I just put my old tedder up in the upper shed. So the old tedder is in the upper shed for now. I was going to sell it, but I just don't want to part with anything just yet. So, all right, I'm going to quit talking here and keep rearranging this building. Okay, so I think we've got everything where we're going to keep it now. For now, there's going to be a sprayer hooked to the back of the 685, so that'll be up a little further. should be okay. I can get them both out. We're going to be getting the manure spreader this upcoming week. I did just talk to my neighbor this morning with the manure spreader. He's done with it. He said, help yourself. So I could possibly go get that today, but there is rain the next 3 days, so there's no point bringing it over here now and letting it sit out in the rain. It's just going to make me anxious. So I'll get that next week when we start on that. What else do we got going on? I got the Super C in the back there. That'll eventually have to move just because of getting the wagons out. But for now, it's going to be a while till we're making first cutting hay. What else did I want to say? There's something else I wanted to mention. Yeah, with the sprayer, it's not time for me to get spraying just yet. A couple weeks yet for me. I know I've seen guys out with the sprayer already. I've seen guys out with getting the corn planters ready and just about doing everything but planting corn. I am a May corn. My corn goes in May, and usually May 15th is what we're shooting for. Now, last year it was the end of May, and that was fine even last year at the end of May, because the end of May we still had nights down in the 50s, so it wasn't going to do you any good planting it in April and then having that 50-degree cold front. I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm just saying knee high by the 4th of July. That's a common saying around here, and if it's planted the 15th, by the 15th it's knee high or above. Last year it was the 30th. If you guys go back through my library of videos, I top dressed the corn on the 4th of July or the day after the 4th of July, and that was pretty well up to the front axle knee high. So that's what we're shooting for. Not somebody that's got to be out there right first thing in the spring. Guys that cover a lot of acres, yes, that is something you have to do. I understand that completely. But for a small time guy like me, there's no sense putting it in the ground until the soil's warmer, and the soil's not warmer because it's no-till. So it's just kind of how it is. I don't have my own planting equipment, and I don't have any desire to buy my own planting equipment. A combine, yes, but a planter, I think I like the setup that the guys have. It makes more sense for me. It's maybe after like 10 years of no-till, when the ground is finally the way it should be, you could use more of a conventional no-till with the springs, but I still like how they're doing it, so we're gonna stick with that. So okay, that's my little spiel there. I know a lot of guys were saying I didn't get yields because I didn't plant in April. Well, that's not common for here. So all right, I'm gonna keep moving here.